And your NIB Newcastle Knights led out by Indigenous stars Kira Dibb, Mariah Brown and Nakia Davis-Welch. Invite Kira Dibb and Grace Kemp to come together for a gift exchange of handcrafted cultural gifts, an important aspect of Indigenous culture, showing a sign of respect and acknowledgement of the host community, their history and their elders. Ladies and gentlemen, please thank Grace Kemp, Mariah Brown and Kira Dibb for our cultural gift exchange. It is the NRL Indigenous round here at McDonald Jones Stadium, the land of the Awabakal people. Your NIB Newcastle Knights taking on the Canberra Raiders.
Well, lovely pre-match ceremony here. And the Newcastle Knights and Canberra Raiders ready to lock in here in Newcastle. Highly we spoke pre-game. Crystal Blackwell, significant match for her. We know how much she values her Indigenous culture. We saw her star in the Indigenous All-Stars match at the start of the year. We saw her star last week, 3 try assists. Her role today becomes ever so vital.
Yeah, absolutely. As I mentioned, she was a big key to that big win against the Broncos last week. She's such a talent. We've seen her when she played for the Cowboys, but she's really thrived. She's come down to Canberra, and last weekend we've seen her really square up and straighten and allow her outside players to thrive off that. So big game from Crystal. We also need to see that running game as well, because she's such a running threat.
And Olivia Higgins, absolute workhorse for the Knights defensively. One of their creative sparks in attack. So 6th versus 7th in the NRLW. The Raiders chasing a first ever win over the Knights as Newcastle look to climb back into the top 6. Simone Kapani coming back into the starting side for this one for Newcastle. Hasikala was promoted to the starting side for that match against the Warriors as Ben Jeffries wanted a bit more punch up front. As Kapani gets driven back. Second carry. Higgins. Off to the right they go with Dibb. So the other reshuffle for Newcastle, Telele Siala going back to the wing. Jules Kirkpatrick into the second row. Robbins Retty, the former Raider, out of the side. Here they are on the last for Kira Dibb. Who's putting it down. Oh, and Sheridan Gallagher, the former Knight, with a disappointing first involvement as that kick from Dibb just dropped on her rapidly.
Sheridan knows she's going to be in for a tough afternoon under the boot of Kira Dibb. And that wasn't probably the best start for her, but knowing Sheridan, she's able to get rid of those type of mistakes pretty quickly out of a game. I have no doubt she'll shake that. It was a great start, a great set from the Newcastle Knights, and Kira Dibb got into a position to put up that attacking kick, and unfortunately Gallagher didn't take it, so really early opportunity for the Knights.
And straight off the scrum, it's Roach onto Willison. It's amazing what can happen when you're up against your former side. Allows the Knights this opportunity. Kirkpatrick missed out last week. Higgins. And now Romanak, the Newcastle captain, plays it to Higgins. Dibb through Spain with the flat pass. Newcastle that close through Finau. And a penalty. Deep in the tackle count as well.
They defended that set quite well, the Canberra Raiders, but giving away that penalty, we see Newcastle Knights with another set. They're going to have to really turn up for each other here, the Canberra Raiders.
Simone Kapani has had a really busy start to this game. Third carry already in the opening 3 minutes. Higgins, dummies left, goes to the right. Dibb, dummies, Dibb scores in Indigenous round. Kira Dibb opens things up for the Newcastle Knights. And that's tries in back-to-back matches for the Newcastle half.
Well, it was a great setup, and I've just spoken about a repeat set there, giving away that penalty, and it all started off the back of that drop ball from Sheridan Gallagher, and it's their half and Kira Dibbs. We're going to see here on the Harvey Norman replay, Olivia Higgins, a little bit of deception from dummy half, looks to the left, goes right. Kira Dibb just gets the footy in her hands and just takes on the line. As we see here, this replay will be a great shot, just straightens up, takes on her opposite in Zahara Temra. She gets in between her and Jordan Preston, and Kira Dibb, first points on the board off the back of a great attacking kick that set up that whole 2 sets.
So second try of the season, and they come in consecutive weeks. Dibb with the 10th of her NRLW career, and now looking to convert her try. That is a significant boost for the Knights. They've had all the ball to start this one. They would have wanted to come away with something after 3 sets to begin this game. Now Kira Dibb to turn 4 into 6. And it's a decent strike. Kira Dibb squeezes it inside, and Newcastle with a perfect start. They lead 6-0.
Tell you what, Kira Dibb, first 5 minutes of this game, she's been outstanding. It was that attacking kick that she originally put up, Sheridan Gallagher put down. And then Olivia Higgins, some great work from dummy half, little deception, making the defence think that she was going to that left edge, but she went short side right, and Kira Dibb did the rest.
Absolutely crucial period of the Knights season. As we touched on, a really tough draw, a lot of away trips to begin the year. Well, they've got Raiders this week, Tigers next week, Cowboys away from home, and then 2 home matches against the Dogs and the Titans. So they're here at McDonald Jones Stadium, quite a lot to finish off the season. They want to make the most of it. They've started well here, and Shanice Parker charging back into contact. Kapani by the shoulder of Temera. Now Finau, Tonga International, in her second season with Newcastle. Romanak and Roach flat on to Kirkpatrick. Higgins finding Roach. The Knights looking to consolidate after scoring the opening points of this one. Dibb gets the kick in, down it goes to Simpson. Well taken, and now the Raiders finally can get to work in this one.
They'll be happy to get the football in their hands there, Ben. It was another good set from the Knights, 42 metres on that after scoring points. Kira Dibb got an opportunity to put that kick up. There's a little bit more pressure coming through on her, which is what the Canberra Raiders need to do. They can't allow Kira Dibb time to set up for that kick, as we see this ball go to ground. And there's definitely a little knock on there. That's disappointing. First set of 6, football in their hands.
So Sheridan Gallagher knocked on earlier in this game, and now a knock on. As you can see here, poor pass put down by Wiki.
I think Temera was passing it to Waterman, but she pulled her hands away thinking it was going to her winger in Wiki. Wiki wasn't expecting it and then knocked it on. So really poor from the Canberra Raiders.
Well, to be honest, they could not have started this match any worse, the Raiders. None from 2 completions. And now Newcastle trying to make the most of this early possession. Taylor playing it to Spain. And then through Dibb. Here goes Higgins. Davison. Roach. Through to Kirkpatrick. And Coach Ben Jeffrey said it's her spot to lose the huge shoes of Yasmin Meeks to fill. And that number 12 jumper for the Knights. Higgins. Dibb. And Spain with the flat pass to Finn out. Raiders managed to wrap the ball up. Temmer involved there in the tackle. Now Dibb. Romanak. Testing out the Raiders middle. Higgins. High pass to Spain. Roach was rushed up on. Gets the offload to Kirkpatrick. There's space out wide to Lelesiala looking for the corner. But the Raiders scramble. They got there in the nick of time.
Well, did they what? It was well done in the end by the Canberra Raiders, but the style of footy the Newcastle Knights are playing it is shifting it from edge to edge, which is really making the Raiders have to work. They scrambled really well in that end there in that last two tackles. They just need to get to a kick here, Ben. They need to finish this set, get some field position down the other end.
Well, that stat tells you everything you need to know. 4 tackles the Knights have had to make it 5 now. To the Raiders, 44. The Green Machine yet to complete a set. Preston. Got such damaging second row as the Raiders. Basham on the right with 2 tries last week. Preston has been excellent for them this season. Now with Saunders. Well, slow on the last. That is a huge penalty for the Raiders to receive and frustrating for Newcastle.
I'll tell you what, she called that really early, I feel, Ben. I think the Raiders are really lucky to get that penalty then. But they needed it. They hadn't got many metres getting out of their own end. They were going to rely on a big kick from Tamara, but here's an opportunity, some footy in their hands, get down the other end.
So Basham scored a double last week. The beautiful passing game of Blackwell. Now Hollyman. First carry of the game for Sophie Hollyman. Plays it to Temera, quickly out of dummy half. Spies the space. Shante Temera onto Blackwell. Can she find Hollyman? And Newcastle got there. Across in numbers. Temera. Through Temera. Now Gallagher. Quick hands from Waterman. On the bounce to Simpson, who comes back against the grain. They're throwing everything at Newcastle here, the Raiders. Temera. Now is Saunders with a big right foot step.
Last tackle. Get up. Don't reach over.
Can Newcastle hang on? They're here at the last. It's Blackwell who's kicking. It's over the head here and over. Touch in goal. It just bounced away from Wiki.
It was just a terrible bounce in the end, but what a set from the Canberra Raiders. I think we're seeing the blueprint of how they can get this Newcastle Knights. Hollyman was a great run, and then Shante Temera got out from dummy half. I was about to say there was no one pushing through with her, and then Blackwell turned up. It was a great set, and they hit their edges. Evio's spoken about, they got 2 really, really strong young back rowers. And they've got them on either side, so a good set from the Canberra Raiders.
You've got to credit the Newcastle scramble as well. In that moment, I feel like a lot of teams would have conceded there. They managed to hold firm. Now Romanak is powering up and over the halfway line. So the Raiders gave away that 7 tackle set. Now Newcastle full of running with Dibb. Taylor pulled back by Waterman. She kept Robinson quiet last week. Now she's got to do the job on Sydney Taylor. Romanak linking with Davison. Final play for the Knights. They look to run it here. Willison shaped for a moment to kick. Now passes inside to Spain. Newcastle asking for 6 more. And they're going to challenge immediately. So they must be sure here that this has touched a Raider.
Well, there wasn't just one player saying that either, Ben. There was 2 or 3 players around that football.
They believe that Canberra's touched it.
touch judge was pretty close and he hadn't said anything, so this will be an interesting one.
Just looking to see if Canberra touch the ball.
Yep.
They do after it's been offloaded backwards by Knights. This resets the tackle count. We're now on tackle 0.
You look at how many Knights players are
Tackle is now
again.
complete, and the referee blows the whistle. This will be
As I
0
said, the
tackles
touch judge
for
was
Newcastle.
close,
The
so he
challenge
hadn't
is
said anything.
successful.
He must have been blinded by the players, but yeah, when they've got one more than
All right, the ball here.
one
Here.
player saying the same thing, then there's obviously something there.
Lucy
So,
must play the ball.
and they're lucky
Lucy.
because they hadn't got to their kick. They
Thank
had
you.
have been tackled there. It wasn't a bad spot for a turnover
Lucy
for the
must play the
Raiders,
ball.
but touched and another opportunity here for the Newcastle Knights.
So Lucy Spain actually ran over the other side of the field for a backline move. She had to come back to play the ball.
Up now, Shante, from foot. White. Go one. She gets that marker.
Higgins, Romanak and Kapani
Get up now,
also scored a try last week, did Simone Kapani, a rare one against the Warriors. Plays the ball to Higgins. Now it's Dibb. Oh, and they just got a little tangled up, Newcastle.
This one.
They have just clipped Sydney Taylor.
Okay, we're all up
She
now.
was running around it.
Yeah, she was running through as that block player, as we see on the replay here. She needed to get through there, but she stuck her arm out. So Lucy Spain was sweeping around. They created the numbers if she hadn't have stuck her arm out. It was an opportunity probably there for Spain. Once again, though, Canberra Raiders turning up.
Well, despite the lack of possession, the Raiders have to be happy with the scoreline at this stage. 6-0, they've had just 30% possession, 2 completed sets to begin this game. And to be fair, they probably could be level after that
Go one.
attacking raid moments ago. This is Gallagher.
Simone, get up. Kayla square front foot here. Both feet. White. Go two.
Basham.
Offside.
So Newcastle caught offside, so that's another penalty Newcastle have given away, and just given the Raiders that piggyback out of their own end.
And we've seen last time that the Knights gave the Raiders a pity back and what they could do. So really good opportunity for the Raiders. As I mentioned before, the blueprint, they just got through the middle with some quick ruck speed and allowed Shante Temera to get out. Then they hit their edges. So interesting to see here what the Canberra Raiders do.
So Temera onto Holyman. It was her carry which really bent the Knights back in that previous attacking set for the Raiders. Not quite as quick this time. Shante onto Zahara. Gallagher around the back, putting some footwork on Dibb, who manages to hang on to it. Now Temera. Blackwell, so close to slipping through. It was Kirkpatrick, and then the ball comes free. Well, Jules Kirkpatrick, I reckon, you could say that's a try saver.
Absolute try saver. Spoke about Crystal at the start of the game, as we're going to see here in the replay. Half to half, Temera gives the football to her half there in Blackwell, and she just straightens up and gets in between that space there of Kirkpatrick and Roach, and she just grabs it from behind.
I'm surprised why she tried to throw the pass there, Blackwell.
She should have just kept running. I think she underestimated. She's so fast off the mark, and as I had mentioned, she's doing a lot of sideways running, and it's really good to see that she's straightened up her attack.
Lucy Spain playing the ball, one of the stories of the season for Newcastle, coming in at fullback, school teacher at Glendale after Lillian White with that foot injury. She's been absolutely outstanding in that role for the Knights, averaging over 130 metres a week, 12 line break assists. Now Higgins to Romanak. So Higgins, flat pass to Kirkpatrick. Just a little bit of frustration you're detecting for Newcastle. Cohesiveness in attack off a little. And Willison charging down, my goodness, you would not see this very often at all. Gallagher with 2 drops in the first 16 minutes of this one. She is usually so safe, but against a former side, you just wonder what's going on.
She dropped that first one, and I said, knowing Sheridan, she'd shake it off pretty quickly, but once again, another kick up high. She had a little look to see the opposition coming through, but you mentioned also a little bit of frustration in the attack. Olivia Higgins are doing a great job getting out of dummy half. She's being let down by her outside plays that aren't pushing up, so.
And off the scrum win Dib, there is space out wide. Spain, quick hands, Parker scores. That's like clockwork. Shanice Parker makes it 10-0 for the Knights with her third try of 2026.
Well, it doesn't help anymore when you drop the ball and then the next set of play, the opposition puts points on the board, and that's exactly what's happened. Sheridan Gallagher dropped another one, gave a scrum here for the Newcastle Knights. And here on the Harvey Norman replay, we just see they set it up really well again. Ball out to Kira Dibb. She plays really square, brings in defenders. And then her outside players do their job. Taylor running a great block line. And then Lucy Spain coming out the back, then just tips it on to her winger and Shanice Parker, and they're over for their second try of the game. And unfortunately, it's just come off the back of errors, Ben.
Yeah, they've been punished again, the Raiders. And Shanice Parker makes it 9 tries here at McDonald Jones Stadium. So she's 1 behind Gallagher, 3 off Tamika Upton. And how often did we see it when Sheridan Gallagher was at the Knights? She was so often on the end of that backline move out to the right, Parker moving to the wing. And haven't the Newcastle centres, wingers, fullback, they have been excellent this season with meters out of the backfield, but also finishing off those opportunities. All of them have got tries this season.
You throw in there Lucy Spain. She's such a good ball-playing fullback as well. She came around, created that extra number, and then she tips it on with her passing game. So they're all doing their job really well as we see Kira Dibb.
Trying to bring it back, it's not going to. So no goal for Dibb, 10-0 for the Knights. And Spain, as you said, Step just brilliant with her ball skills. And we know she's come from that touch football background. She's had a few injury issues, to be fair. Knee injury in Harvey Norman. Women's Premiership, syndesmosis as well, and actually dislocated her shoulder at State Cup last year, back end of 2025. And well, she's come through that and has had a massive part to play in these backline moves, which Gallagher has profited from. I should say Parker has profited from. Gallagher wish she was profiting today, but at the moment it's not going her way. There's Davidson. Brings it back towards the
Set up now. Lock in 4.
20.
Lock in. Wait. Go 1. Captain, Isabella.
Now Dibb out of dummy half onto Taylor.
Thank you. Head! Release Sahara. Wait. Go 2. Clear it now. Lock in Marcus. Wait. Go 3.
Finau plays it to Higgins and straight again. Going out of that dummy half roll. Sydney Taylor is met by Waterman. She knows she's in a battle today. Sydney Taylor up against Waterman, who shut down one of the best backs in the game last week in Julia Robinson.
Go, Shantae gets there. Last.
Final play, only 31 metres in that set for the Knights. They need the distance here from Dibb. Gallagher, no problems that time. And brings it back into the teeth of the Knights' defence.
Get up now. Lock in. Wide, Kata. Go 1.
Now with Wiki.
Still
Still going to fancy Wiki.
Get up.
Well, it's been a theme of the Raiders backline as well this season, the work that they are doing. Now Kirkpatrick is called out.
Set up now, Marcus, lock in and Marker. Wait. Go 3.
This is Holyman.
Held. Let go, Taylor. Wait. Go full.
Sahara Tamara to Grace Kemp. Now she often brings a momentum change for the Raiders. And again here with a break. She's pulled back towards the sideline. And
no advantage from the hair pull.
The hair pull. Yeah,
I tell you what.
There was one there.
I watched as Grace Kemp ran onto the field and she ran straight to that left edge, Ben. got on the outside of Tamara, and it was a plan that they were going to give her that football, and her job was to run straight at Kira Dibb. Well, she did that and then took on another 3 Newcastle Knights defenders. Ends up getting a penalty here as we see a hair pull. Accidental, of course. They never are purposely done. But an opportunity here now, and that was from setup. As I mentioned, Grace Kemp just came on to do that role, get straight at Kira Dibb. And they're actually putting her on report for this.
Yeah, so Finau goes on report. We saw it last week with the Raiders. They were behind in that game against the Broncos, and then Grace Kemp came into the game and they just started to find their rhythm all of a sudden. And we've seen it so often this season. She's probably having her best season in the NRLW. Here she is, since she burst onto the scene in that first year back in 2023. Tamara. Now Blackwell, Basham, it's that combination again. Do Newcastle hold up Basham?
Time off. Tackle through, held up.
Rochelle Tamarua saying held up. She's not going to send it to the bunker.
What a great line. Blackwell well playing really square, and Basham just running that little outline. She gets on the outside of a defender.
With a foot, go through.
Newcastle Knights turned up well to stop her then.
Now Hollyman have thrown some really good attack at the Knights in this first half. Canberra, can they get the 4 points? Blackwell across the face through the legs of Wiki. It wasn't the worst option, but it just didn't hit Wiki on the chest.
Well, I think it surprised everyone. I think the ball was that good that it actually surprised their only teammates. I didn't think it was a bad option. It was a great cutout pass. They went back down this short side. Crystal Blackwell looking to hit her winger there in Wiki, and it just went to ground, unfortunately.
Gee, they've had some near misses, the Raiders. It was a great decision from Blackwell. In the end, here it is. Pass across the face.
Just dipped at the end. If that had been carried all the way, then Wiki was well and truly over.
We just saw the Westpac red zone very, very tight in this game, despite Newcastle's early domination. No effort to clear away the words from Rochelle Tamarua, and Newcastle with a penalty, and this could swing the momentum back in their favour.
That's the thing, Canberra have had opportunities. They just need to get rid of these penalties and allowing the Newcastle Knights back into the game. They do such a great job to get up the other end, have an opportunity in attack, get repeat sets, and they let all that hard work go with giving away a cheap penalty, and then Newcastle Knights are straight back on the front foot.
Well, to be fair, the Raiders probably should have had at least a couple of tries by this point in the game. Newcastle defence, one aspect, but also just not being able to finish off their chances. Newcastle have been able to do that. Here come the Knights. Sienna Yeo coming into the game, plays the ball. Roach around the back, Spain, quick hands to the Lesiala. Will be hard to stop. Well, she was stopped. Gallagher did just enough. Spain again. Excellent work. The fullback coming around the back. Almost setting up another one for the Knights. Kirkpatrick trying to pull through the tackle. The final play for the Knights. Dibb is going to kick. Her back line was a little deep, and that's a very comfortable take for Simpson. Just feel like they weren't quite on the same page there as Kira Dibb.
No, and Kira had all the time in the world too to get that ball up. It needed to be a little bit higher maybe to let a team get through and give them time. But Lucy Spain, as you spoke about, she's just so good on the end of that set plays that they have. She straightens up the ball playing, but the Canberra Raiders really well in defence. They're scrambling to get over and shut that down. Once again, they've got the footy back in their hands. They need to get it up the other end and build that momentum and pressure.
Well, the Knights, they want to wrap her up for seasons in the future. Here's Dodd, just short of the 40. Is there something special here from Zahara Temera from inside the 40? It's a little too central. It bends away, though, from Spain. And the Raiders line is down there to meet Lucy Spain.
Talk about opportunities in rugby league. We speak about Lucy Spain. If Lillian White hadn't got that injury, who knows if we'd even seen Lucy Spain this season, and she's just taken her opportunity and run with it. She's been outstanding and potentially, you know, looking at Rookie of the Year for the NRLW, Ben.
And she has to be right up there. Oh, quick hands. It was brilliant work off the ground. Pasicala coming up against her old side in the Raiders, able to find Willison. Now Newcastle on a little bit of a roll with Kirkpatrick. You wondered how much a blow that loss of Yasmin Meeks would be for the Knights. Here's a mistake. Well, they're answering it here with a 10-0 lead, but this opens the door for Canberra. Now, someone's been put on report here for a trip, as we see Yo put the ball down. Now, this was the trip.
Oh, Sheridan Gallagher.
I tell you what, in the act of scoring a try, Kylie, that's
an interesting
well,
one. And the fact that how many sets have we gone from that play that she's only just been put on report, but you're right.
It's huge. It's sin bin / penalty try areas, and in the end, it's just an on report to the Raiders. Well, they'll be counting their lucky stars. That wasn't picked up in the moment. And now they've knocked it on. So this will be a 0 tackle, as you heard from the referee. Well, there's a big talking point out of the first half. Now it's Sienna Yo trying to make up for that mistake moments ago.
Front foot here. Wait. Go one.
Higgins and Pasicala.
14, you're offside.
And Barnes, who's just come into the game, she's been caught short here. She's got fresh legs and she's caught offside.
A little bit too eager here as we see Pasicala running that elbow up as well. It can be dangerous to the throat.
Yeah, maybe you can understand why. Barnes did go a little bit high there, so she'll have to keep an eye on that, Pasicala. And penalty, you heard the call from the touch judge. 2 in the tackle as Blackwell ended up with the ball.
You're really careful here, the Canberra Raiders, giving away back-to-back penalties. Knowing the Newcastle Knights opportunities. They're one of these teams that normally can convert opportunities into points.
It was tight, wasn't it? It was very tight. They didn't decide to challenge at the Raiders, so they obviously felt that they're happy with the referee's call.
Wait here, on the line, wait, go one.
Higgins out of dummy half. Pasicala, strong. Shoved away the first. Townsville there.
Go 2, held it 2.
Higgins sends it to Roach. Now Willison. Tafunga rushed up and made the tackle.
Front foot here, go 3.
Roach spirals it to Higgins. Now with Yo.
Emma, set up. Look in here, Grace.
Newcastle with a settler. Options both sides here for Higgins. Goes the way of Dibb. Spain around the back, but they go short to Taylor instead. And now they're on the last. Higgins cut out to Spain. Little in and away. And there's no way through. Isabella Waterman, they should have learnt that lesson watching the game last week.
Well, it was a great defence from the Canberra Raiders. I was watching, I seen Liv Higgins, noticed there was an opportunity down that short side. Lucy Spain, she's got great footwork. She's one of those players that can stop on a dime and then go again. But you're right, Waterman. She's game she had last week against Julia Robinson. She's been outstanding. She's such a big body for a centre too, Ben.
Another former Knight in this Raiders side. Not too many opportunities at Newcastle for Waterman. Same too for Kukatai, who's on the bench and about to come into the game for the Raiders. And of course, Sheridan Gallagher, who played with such distinction on the title with Newcastle in 2023.
Both feet here. Wait here. Go forward.
So Kemp.
Last tackle, Kira. Front foot, wide. Go not late.
Raiders reaching the last. Tamara's kick.
Clear.
It is straight down the middle to Lucy Spain, but the Raiders chase. There's a big green line and they drive back the Newcastle fullback.
And that was a great kick chase there from the Canberra Raiders. You mentioned it. They presented a really big green line there and they need to really turn up for each other right now. Keep the Newcastle Knights down this end and start building some pressure. put some fatigue in the Newcastle Knights, making them work hard coming out of their own end.
Well, look at Dib here. She just said keep going straight here at Barnes. And Davison gets taken in the tackle by Kukatai, who's come off the bench in the last couple of minutes. Pasikala popping it on to Ciampino.
Last tackle, get square. Here. Wide. Go, Crystal, you're not square, Crystal.
Forward! Well,
Pass on last.
that was a very
Play the ball.
loud cry. It was right near our effects mic,
Yeah.
and the touch judge has
Play the ball.
called that pass forward.
Pass on last, here we are.
We all heard it. I was hoping the referee heard it. But they're probably lucky there on that.
10 minutes.
Oh, that was,
Wait.
for me, very flat.
Okay, with the foot.
Having another raid down that short side. Once again, Livia Higgins getting out from dummy half. 25 minutes left in
Georgia,
this
Olivia, lock him up.
first half. Canberra Raiders, they've had glimpses, as we mentioned. They just haven't been able to execute it.
Well, the Raiders would love points in these final 5 minutes. They deserve points. They've thrown enough at Newcastle.
Olivia, no more. Lock in. Yeah, front foot. Yeah. Go through.
Kukatai. And Tamara. Preston just kept it moving, and Waterman just got cut down.
Go now. Wide, Shanice.
As the Raiders just went a little sideways. Preston,
Okay.
Tamara, and Kemp
Test it here.
gets the compass pointed in the right direction. Just Grace Kemp, but they've only got one play left now.
Square wide.
Canberra,
Go.
Barnes, Tamara. And the kick just hangs up a little in the breeze, invites Parker forward. Parker's put it down. Well, Dib doesn't want to play at it, and it's 6 more. She was offside, Kira Dib.
Go zero, funny.
And now Barnes at a dummy half. Numbers are plenty. Tamara, quick hands, beautiful. Brilliant from Waterman. The bat on to Simpson. And Elise Simpson with 11 in her last 12 in the NRLW. And the Raiders get on the board before halftime.
It's exactly what the Canberra Raiders needed as we see this replay here. Harvey Norman replay. Shanice Parker went up, knocked it on. It was another opportunity for the Canberra Raiders. They went back down that short side. Emma Barnes coming out, squaring up. They just had numbers straight away, and everyone did their job really well. Zahara Tamara played really squares. We see this front on Harvey Norman replay. It held up the centre there. The winger came up to make that tackle on Waterman, and then the ball tipped out there to Elise Simpson, and she goes over for first points for the Canberra Raiders. They really needed that just before half-time, Ben.
Yeah, the Canberra product. Katrina Fanning scholarship recipient in 2021. Katrina Fanning, part of the Raiders staff, of course, saw her downstairs before the game. And should be so proud of Elise Simpson having come through that Raiders pathway. Tasha Gale Cup Raiders player in 24 and 25. And didn't complain about being put on the wing this season. She just continued scoring tries after debuting at fullback last season.
Well, would you complain if you were just scoring tries?
No.
Pretty easy job, but she's outstanding. The work she does, obviously finishing off and executing those set-up plays, but her work coming out from their own end.
So Tamara from right against the touchline. It's online, doesn't have the distance. No, it just drops in front of the post. So no goal, 10-4. Newcastle lead the Raiders.
It was really good work from Emma Barnes. She really summed up the situation. You could see that they were short down on that left edge. Ball goes out, and said everyone did their job. Waterman put under pressure, but still able to get that football off.
Just wait. 11 seconds, Kira. Hold on.
Yeah, and what about Waterman's role in that try? There was a lot of concern, obviously, with Bobby Law's injury. She's out until round 9 with that hand problem. Waterman has just slotted in perfectly. Just shows you the Raiders' depth. Oh, my word. Gallagher's knocked that backwards.
All backwards.
It's 3 drops for Gallagher in this first half. That one won't count as an error, but
Stand up now, by free
it's
here.
been
Wide, Kira. Wide, Kira.
a very
Go wide.
rocks or diamonds first half from Sheridan. Not what you expect of a player that's so
Jules, get up.
consistent.
Push up and marker. Front foot here. Here. Go to. Good better.
It's a real mental battle when you come up against your old side, and the Raiders, immediately after scoring points, have gifted Newcastle an opportunity
Stand
right on the stroke of half-time. Can the Knights punish them? Kirkpatrick.
Emma, get up! Lock in! Wait!
So Bovetti Welsh now in that dummy half roll for the Knights. Yo hands it on. Giampino.
Here, wait.
Very central here for the Knights. Bovetti Welsh and Yo.
Grace, get up! Lock in! Wait! Outside.
Here a dip. On ball to Roach. Now through the hands of Newcastle have knocked it on. So their attackers
Okay, the clock's on.
just looked a little stymied in the last 10 minutes or so, the Knights. They cannot get into a flow, and that will frustrate Ben Jeffries.
Yeah, I was going to comment on the width of their passing. It was really good. Kiradib came around from the right to the left. She got a really long pass from the dummy half in Bovetti Welsh, and then she threw another longer pass to a half, and then it just broke down there. Kirkpatrick not running her right line. We've seen Ben Jeffries up in that box. He would be frustrated with that. That was an opportunity to go in at half-time with more points on the board.
Well, they're in sync to begin this game, the Knights. Raiders with the most recent try, and it really sets it up. 6th versus 7th in the NRLW. They're separated by just 4 points on points differential. So not competition points, that's what it is coming into this one. Raiders plus 48, Newcastle plus 44, and this is a penalty.
I was just saying then, Yo, she made the tackle, and then as the player was trying to get up, she just grabbed her and pulled her back down. And
oh, Temera with a chip over the top, bounces up here for Blackwell, ball comes free.
Double knock on, first one, Canberra.
And the referee says double knock on, so that will do us for the first half here in Newcastle.
had opportunities, and they're able to get one on the board in that first half, and probably didn't execute a couple of others. So I think they're going to be in for a big half here, the Canberra Raiders.
So underway in the second half. Can the Raiders come from behind here against the Knights? Newcastle led 10-0.
Go one.
The Raiders getting that try right before half-time through Elise
15,
Simpson.
get up. 17, lock in, front foot, here, both feet.
We saw
Go
the
to
Roosters
16.
come from
Gone there.
10 points back last night in that win over Brisbane. It's less of an ask here for Canberra.
Release. Wide. Wide. Go three on the mark, Grace.
Barnes, Kukatai, and Tamara, now Preston.
Here we go. Funny square.
Much better start to this second half than they began the first, the Raiders. Barnes flicks it out the back. Kukatai likes this kind of situation. And the former Knight eventually pulled to the turf.
Wide. Go captain.
Barnes rifles it to Tamara. Gallagher here is chasing. Some pressure on Spain, who goes back and collects, steps away, or tried to step away from Gallagher. Well, she's got the bit between the teeth in this second half, Kylie Sheridan Gallagher. She wants to make up for the first.
Well, she came charging down there off that kick from her half. It was a good set from the Canberra Raiders. They've showed that style of footy that I like when they play, shifting the ball from edge to edge. It just gives a little bit of space for their back rows to do what they do best. But then it came up with a great kick on the end, and now they've let all that good work I was just speaking about gone and given away a cheap penalty here, Jordan Preston. Just holding down was the penalty. Just too long, trying to get her on the back there, she was. You can't do that, as I mentioned. This is what they did in the first half. They get themselves in great position and give away the penalty or an error and allow the Newcastle Knights back in it.
So Vetti Welsh, Pasakala with a massive run up. She wanted to go there at Grace Kemp, and also Dodd. Now Vetti Welsh and Yo.
16 off the back. Marcus straight, get here. Wide.
Sienna playing the ball to Vetti Welsh. Well, Barnes is called out. Vetti Welsh ran straight at her opposite number.
Go for.
Dip through Yo, and now Roach linking things up.
Last tackle, Bryce. Here.
So final play for Newcastle.
Not late.
How do they finish off this set? Dib with a measured kick, looking for Parker, who climbs and has knocked it on. Shanice Parker.
Play the ball. Come on.
It was a good set from the Knights. I still feel there's a lot of disconnection on that left edge, Ben, with Roach. Obviously, Kirkpatrick. Really broke down again on that left edge, but Kira Dibb got an opportunity to put up an attacking kick. Shanice Park couldn't quite get to it. We seen it in the first half, that disconnection on that left edge, and obviously with Yasmin Meeks not being there, trying to get that combination right between Roach and Kirkpatrick.
It's definitely not looking as clinical as it was in the first, the Knights' attack, and this is another penalty. Both of these two sides guilty of it, haven't they? Giving the opposition piggybacks from around 20 out from their own goal line. And you can't give the Raiders that chance, especially when you've got Gallagher who just thumps it forward. They're going to start this set on the 40. I'll be knocking on the Knights' door at the end of it. Well, we said off air before the game, Kylie, what's going to happen here today? You expect it to be tight, and we're getting a match that's living up to what we expected. Not much between these two sides on paper. Same out there as it stands currently as Blackwell hands it on to Tafunga. Now Kukatai and Holly Mae Dodd backing away towards the Knights goal line. Barnes. Tamara, flat pass, here's Preston again, runs that hole brilliantly, Jordan Preston. How is she stopped there? Last play Raiders, Gallagher out of dummy half. Newcastle, have they held her up? They have. Another moment on their own goal line. Newcastle scrambling superbly.
Well, it was a great attack, but even better defence, as you just spoke about. The attack there, we've been speaking about that connection. We speak about lack of connection for the Knights, but connection with Zahara Tamara and Jordan Preston. We've been seeing it week after week, and once again, it was a great line from Preston, but Lucy Spain, try-saving tackle, came across the fullback. See the replay down the bottom. Just Jordan Preston just step back on the inside of Kira Dibb, and Lucy Spain comes up with that try-saving tackle.
Not for the first time today, Newcastle. I reckon that's about second or third time they've been in all sorts on their own goal line, and they've managed to stop the Raiders. Another penalty here. What's that, Kylie? Is that the last 3 sets? There's been penalties, sides coming out of their own end.
Yeah, and it's on both ends, as you have spoken about, Ben. It's just ill discipline, holding down, and she's not holding back and penalising either. She wants a quick ruck. She's not allowing them to lie around in it. It's been going both ways, but once again, Newcastle Knights Kira Dibb with a big kick to find touch, and they're on this front foot again.
So that's the 11th penalty of this match. We've still got just under half an hour to go.
Crystal, get up! Front foot here! Wait, go one.
Kirkpatrick, Jampino.
60, give room! Get up! Get up! Square! Go 2, gets there.
Dibb takes it to the line, flat to Pasikala. She's threatened to break the line on a few occasions. Amalia wants that quick play of the ball, gets it for Vetti Welsh. Now Yo. Dibb, oh, very nearly intercepted by Tafunga, but Roach got away, and Georgia Roach still going, so hard to put down. Couple of plays left now for Newcastle, out in front of Yo.
Last tackle, let go. Wait. Go.
Now here on the last, Dibb again, what does she look for here? Little grubber kick, and oh, it's picked up by Dibb, and it's 6 more for Newcastle.
Let go.
So can the Raiders hold on here, repeat sets? That pass in front of Yo.
She's held. Set up.
Newcastle lined out to the left with Dibb. Spain to the right. Vetti Welsh goes nowhere.
Stand up now. 1 foot. Wait, Grace. Wait. Go 3.
Pasikala at dummy half. Dibb, low pass to Roach. Now chiming in is Willison. Quick hands. That is outstanding from the Knights. Talelesiala scores in the corner and gives them some breathing room in their second half, her 5th of 2026.
Well, we've seen both sides going back-to-back penalties, allowing each team to get back into it. But the Newcastle Knights, they received that penalty. It started from Kira Dibb on the previous set. She got a repeat set. As we see here in this Harvey Norman replay, she put this kick through, and unfortunately Grace Kemp couldn't pick it up. Got another set. And then it was just the shifting of the ball from the dummy half, the 7 to the 6. Got it out. Sydney Taylor, who then took it on to Mercedes, who went over for that Newcastle Knights first try in the second half. But the width of the passing from their 7 to their 6, and Sydney Taylor, the defence of the Canberra Raiders, came up to put pressure on her, but she did a great job, able to get that football away, and the Newcastle Knights over for their first try in the second half.
So leading try scorer for Newcastle this season. Adds another one. 5 for the season so far. 6 for her career. But they've shared them around this season, Newcastle. 7th best attack coming into this game, Kylie, but defensively 3rd best. And we have seen on multiple occasions Newcastle soaking up pressure on their own goal line, and they've gone down the other end and posted points. And that's probably why this match sits where it does right now, with them 10 points in front.
You're right, Ben, that they scrambled so well down the other end. And the previous set, Canberra Raiders, Lucy Spain coming up with a try-saving tackle. Received a penalty, went up the other end. Kira Dibb looked for a kick for herself, got the reset. As we see here, attempt and kick, doesn't make it.
It's a tough one. In the teeth of the southerly as well from out wide. So doesn't have the distance there, Dibb. 14-4. Newcastle lead the Raiders. Telele Siala, a Goodna Eagles junior out of Queensland. That's played in Queensland underage rep sides under 19 team in 2024. As we just have confirmation here, Tafunga has gone on report here that this tackle we just saw on Roach, and this is the try. Lovely pass from Willison. Raiders got to be careful there as well, coming in with the knees there on Telele Siala. Bunker didn't see anything wrong with that as of the moment. Oh, Jampino with the juggle. She's knocked it on. And almost immediately, the Raiders get a chance to reply.
Well, that's end to end. This is we wanted excitement in this game, but Newcastle Knights dropped this football off the kick up, so it's an opportunity here for the Raiders.
I just wonder whether it's swirling a bit. It can sometimes swirl around in this stadium, especially the wind tunnel down the middle. No grandstands on each end. Gallagher had massive problems in the first half. Now Jampino, and here's the Raiders off the scrum win.
No. Head. Release. Wait here. Wait. Go on.
Looking for the immediate strike back. Saunders.
She's
Score too many.
Stand up now. Go reach over. Wait. Go to
Barnes. Tamara, Preston. Here's the wraparound. The Raiders love the wraparound. Waterman reaches out and puts it down. What a chance. What a chance for the Raiders. Now.
Sorry. Captain's tackle, sorry. I've got no try. I believe she loses the ball in the field of play.
This is definitely no try, but you say Canberra Raiders love a wraparound. I love the wraparound, Ben. It's such a simple play that creates numbers. So we see Waterman here, she's reaching out.
Knights players are just looking to affect a tackle.
Going down, she loses it. But what a great setup. One opportunity, another one gone begging.
Yep. Scrum.
You thought at the time maybe Waterman made the right call by taking them on, but
Scrum, please.
Simpson was free down the left, and we saw how well she executed the baton at the end of the first half. Decided against it that time. And another one slips the Raiders by in this match. I feel like this match is much closer than the 10-point difference, but just Newcastle defending their own goal line. They've scrambled well on so many occasions, as Spain threatens to break them.
Square, white. Go white, comes in, Charlotte. 70, get on.
Kirkpatrick.
Let's go.
Well, it's Groundhog Day, Kylie. Another penalty coming out of their own end.
Oh, it must be frustrating for the coaches. At the moment, it's the Newcastle Knights on the better end of it. Canberra Raiders, another penalty away. Kira Dibb finding touch, and once again, this opportunity and some field position to put themselves in a really good position at the end of this set.
Go one. Second marker. McKenzie. Arms clear. How? Release. Wait. Go two. Good. Two.
Sienna Yo. Straight at Emma Barnes.
Get up. Square Emma. Wait. Go three.
Eddie Welsh and Jampino wants to make up for that drop.
Get up now, shot
A moment ago, the former Bulldog.
Go for.
It's now at the Knights. Dip. Handing it on to Finau. Oh, well, she's just thrown the intercept there. I thought she looked up, saw Barnes and decided, no, I won't pass, but then she threw the pass anyway.
Couldn't have been a better pass to Barnes there. It was a nice little drop play, brought her back under. She just needed to take that. She'd found her front, take the tackle. She's in the replay down the bottom, and another penalty. Once again.
Well, Kylie, what's doing here? We've got a lot of penalties in this game. What's that? Is that almost 13 now?
I don't think we've had a set where it hasn't been a penalty since. I could be wrong, but I just feel like every set now we've had a penalty, which has allowed the team with the football back into it, and they go down the other end.
Can we get through a set without a penalty? Can either of these two sides do that? Tamara. Now Saunders.
Off the shoulder. Lock in and hold. Wait. Go two.
Right in front of Blackwell. Asham coming back against the grain.
Stand up now. Fine. Lock in and marker. Yeah. Go three.
So Gallagher's moved out here to the left, and that's where they're coming. They find the fallback. Gallagher finds the space. Newcastle coming from everywhere. Oh, and Gallagher's hurt here. Was this a dangerous one? Oh, Sheridan Gallagher is writhing in pain here. You just hope she's okay. Now, who was it here? Was it Sydney Taylor here looking to pull her down?
It was both Sydney Taylor, I think, has done the damage, but Kira Dibb was also same sort of motion of pulling backwards and sort of losing feet, but it's definitely Sydney Taylor. It's come down.
It was an unhappy start to the game for Sheridan Gallagher, but in this second half, she's really come into the game a whole lot more. She's so tough, and she's going to try and run it out. Now, what will the referee do here? Will there be a sin bin here for the Knights? We've seen some sin bin, we've seen some not.
Rotate Madeline back on the legs. It's high risk of injury. On report, go to the...
So this one is a sin bin. Frustration for Sydney Taylor. She's going to have to sit down for 10 minutes. And Newcastle will have to defend here with 12. What an opportunity for Canberra.
Well, it's a great opportunity. They set that play up really well for Gallagher. Preston got through as that lead runner and created that space for Gallagher, and she was only just brought down, as we've seen, by Taylor illegally, and hence why she's gone to the bin. But really good opportunity here now for the Canberra Raiders. Got 10 minutes and they need to get some points on the board.
Well, they couldn't have asked for a better opportunity here, Canberra. Tamara to Taufa. Been somewhat quiet today, Taufa. That's her first run of the game. Tamara. Now Holyman pull back. Tamara. Gallagher again, running freely, finding Simpson. Simpson looking for the corner. Has she got there? Has she got there, Elise Simpson? The flag has come up.
Oh, I love this setup. It's the width of the passing. The pass from the dummy half gets it out to Tamara. So we're seeing the replay, and Elise Simpson, I thought, oh, she just puts a boot over there on that sideline.
So close.
Really unfortunate for the Canberra Raiders.
Look at that, Westpac red zone, Newcastle with more opportunities. They lead as well. They've made the most of them. But Canberra, they've still got about 9 minutes left against a Newcastle side down to 12. Sydney Taylor sent to the sin bin for the dangerous contact on Sheridan Gallagher. Gallagher has been in the thick of the action today. Now Higgins has come back into this one. add that experience for Newcastle in the middle. Dip. And Yo. Oh, bumped away from Basham. Didn't give the pass to Davison.
Go, Simona, now square Simona! Outside, clear.
Taufa was called out of it as Dib drives this kick down. They need some deep kicks from Kira Dib now. Now Elise Simpson.
But she looked up and she's going to take Shanice Parker on the outside then. She thought better of it and came back in field. Such a bonus being able to have someone like a Kira Dib end of sets to put kicks in like she does. Backing up their one player down, but they're backing up that kick with some good defence here and keeping the Raiders in their own half.
Tamara still going, allowed to keep going. Davison was called out of it. 2 plays left for the Raiders. They're getting some really quick play the balls. Blackwell, off she goes. Links with Wiki. Couldn't find the offload. Tamara. The kick is a good one. Gallagher's chase. Bearing down on Spain, and she got up. But Spain made the catch as well, and she would have seen Gallagher coming out of the corner of her eye.
She's really stepped up this half. Said it twice, really. Gallagher obviously is trying to make up for those errors in that first half. Those kick chase, she's first down there, but she's not only first, she's making that tackle as well, which is really important.
Well, you can just feel the intensity lift here from the Raiders. They just sense an opportunity here with Sydney Taylor in the sin bin.
Last tackle, both feet here. Square, white. Not light.
Final play, another good set of defensives from the Raiders. Dib looking for the 40-30. It bounces towards the sideline. Gallagher's across there. It would have been a 40-20. It was that good from Dib. Newcastle must go to work. Look at the Canberra Raiders players who are struggling to get back onside here. There's 4 of them, including Shante Temra, who's still at the halfway line. So they are gassed here, Canberra. Look at Shante Temra. You'll see here on the wide shot, she's only just getting back behind the play the ball. And a flop this time.
We did go for a couple of sets with no penalty.
I was enjoying it, Kylie.
Yes, I agree. But opportunity for Raiders. But as you spoke about, Ben, the Canberra Raiders, there's 3 or 4 players really struggling. They're fatigued. So they need to find some energy here. The Newcastle Knights have got 1 in the bin. They need to be setting it up and coming back and attacking on this right edge. Speak about the combination between Zahara Tamara and Jordan Preston. This is the time that they need to utilise with their centre in the bin at the moment.
So look at the penalties in this second half. Raiders with the last 3. Yet to score, though. Saunders. Midway through this second half, Canberra through Taufa. Blackwell, space for Basham to run into. Pops it back to Blackwell. Great ball movement from the Raiders. Again, Newcastle have the answers, though. Tamara rips the cutout pass. Simpson gets there, and for a moment you thought maybe she might score.
Sahara, she could see the space, but it wasn't the right play. The ball needed to go through the hands. Ball out went. Simpson was lucky enough to still pick it up, but it was great defence and scramble from the Newcastle Knights. Shanice Parker getting there and taking Simpson over. Once again, another opportunity gone begging for the Canberra Raiders. Just can't execute off the back of the plays that they've got, Ben.
You just feel like there's just enough breeze around to just throwing the attack of both teams. There's a knock on. There is a knock on. Ooh, will Newcastle challenge?
Toddy, captain's challenge. Knights are challenging the on-field decision of a knock on the ground.
So what will Todd Smith make of this?
Just looking at the carry from the Knights.
There has to be an
You can see
intent.
here the ball is lost into the ground. Challenge is unsuccessful.
That's a bizarre challenge because there's no way, there was no hand on the football whatsoever, and it was just simple loss from the Newcastle Knights in Kirkpatrick.
Well, there's only one thing worse than making an error, Kylie, and that's making an error and then compounding it by burning the challenge.
But Canberra Raiders here again, they really need to put some points on the board here. Had too many opportunities and they haven't executed well.
So Taufa off the scrum win, trying to get herself into this game. It's quite incredible. Just her second carry and we're 16 minutes from home here. Tamara. And Saunders. Can they finally crack Newcastle in their second half, the Raiders? They've been banging on the door. Blackwell, maybe this time, to Fuller, onto Wiki, they've got it. They've got the overlap, Mackenzie Wiki. And the Raiders back within 6, setting this one up for some kind of finish here in Newcastle.
Well, I just spoke about they needed to convert this opportunity, put some points on the board, and they've just done that. The Canberra Raiders set up really well. Nice long pass out to Crystal Blackwell, who then finds her centre at Tafunga. And then she just comes in and makes the defence come up and make a decision here. So we see in the Harvey Norman replay, the front on view, really wide pass from Blackwell out to Tafunga, and she gets that ball and Wiki finishes it off perfectly with a little dive over. I spoke about it, Ben. They needed to convert these opportunities into some points on the board. They'd had plenty and they just couldn't execute it. Newcastle Knights still down with a player in the bin. And it's a massive, massive bonus with 14 minutes to go.
So all the leading try scorers have come out to play here today. Simpson with one earlier. Wiki gets one now. Talele Siala for the Knights. So it's set up beautifully. Tamara in the shadows of the Eastern Grandstand. And she's got the breeze behind her. She's got a southerly at her back. So that'll help her with the distance. What about the accuracy? This could be huge for the Raiders if she can pilot this one over from the sideline to get back within 4. Strikes it decently. It's the post. That's how close it was for the Raiders. 14-8 it remains. Finally, they found that overlap.
They did. Look, to be honest, they still had a little bit of work to do, the Canberra Raiders. Thought done a great job. Wilson came up, couldn't make the tackle, one-on-one tackle with her. Made the winger then come in to help her out. And Wiki went over for that try. So they got themselves back in a position here now.
Outside.
Canberra Raiders, they really need.
Ooh, look at that egg on the face of Kira Dibb. Quite see how that happened, but that's not going to be pleasant to play with for the remainder of this one. So the clouds building here in Newcastle.
Look at Georgia.
Just setting the tone here for the back end of this one because it's getting a little nervy out there for the Knights after they've had the lead for most of this game. They've been in front since the 3rd minute. Are the Raiders coming to get them here? Saunders, Tamara, now Waterman trying to get on the outside. Pushes away from Div immediately.
Get on now. Look in.
Tamara, Saunders. That's the Raiders. Great mobility through the middle.
Go forward, good.
Couple of plays now left now for Canberra. Taufa, Blackwell, Basham. She's hit the gap again. Couldn't find the inside ball to Blackwell though.
Wait here, go.
Outstanding set this from the Raiders. Through Holyman, Tamara, Gallagher, Waterman. They've got the numbers. Simpson's got a double. Elise Simpson with a double and the Raiders are back within 2. What a late fight back from the Green Machine.
Well, it's just great football from the Canberra Raiders. We'll see here soon on this replay. They set it up really well. There was a breakdown on that right edge. And Basham nearly got through herself. As we see here in the Harvey Norman replay.
No hat-trick yet, no Raiders.
We come through here. It was just great setup play from Zahara. Tamara gets the football, creates some space there. Preston gets through. Sheridan Gallagher draws in defenders. She come around on that sweet play. Then Waterman, front on view on this Harvey Norman replay. Sheridan Gallagher gets the football, squares up, Gets it on to Waterman. We see Shanice Parker not quite sure what to do. Waterman holds it up perfectly. Gives her winger in Elise Simpson an opportunity, and she goes over, and we have a game on our hands here, Ben.
Oh, this is what we were expecting, Kylie. This is what we were expecting. Elise Simpson with a second career double for her. No Raiders player has ever scored a hat-trick. Maybe it's written there for her to make some history and win the game for Canberra. Excellent performance from her.
So it was a great team effort, though, because Basher made the break originally on that right edge. Couldn't quite get that football away to Blackwell. And then on the back of that, the shift then from the right to the left. Newcastle Knights still down with that player in the bid in Sydney Taylor, and they took advantage of that edge.
So Tamara to lock this game up. With Sydney Taylor about to return. Some breeze behind her as well. And she's pulled it across, so it's a 2-point ball game with just over 11 minutes to play.
Well, they've done really well. The Canberra Rays took advantage of the Newcastle Knights with one player down. Said they did a great setup on that right side, brought the ball back through Sahara Tamara and Sheridan Gallagher. She's really stepped up in this second half, Ben. Obviously didn't have the best of the first halves. She linked well with her halfback and then created that opportunity there. Waterman done a great job to create that space for Elise Simpson. Get themselves over.
Well, look at that, Kylie. That's elite work from the Raiders. Newcastle down a play. They scored 2 tries, get themselves back in the game. And now it's just 2 the difference between Newcastle and Canberra. The Raiders have never beaten Newcastle in their NRLW history. They beat the Broncos for the first time last week. They would be monumental wins for the Green Machine. They would have them believing they can make finals for the first time ever. Saunders chucking it up towards the halfway line. They've got the breeze behind them as well, Canberra, so that's going to feel good in the last 10 minutes and change. Blackwell. Oh, again they've split them to Funga. It was a try saver from Spain. Now they're on the last. Spain's at marker here, the Knights fullback. So what's Tamara going to look for? The kick in behind, but Spain gets back from marker to mop up, and it's been crowded in goal.
Well, that's a massive effort from Spain. As you mentioned, she was at marker, kick went through. It was a nice little kick. So you see this setup here from Tafunga. She makes a great break, drops back under by Crystal Blackwell. And then the kick there, she gets herself back in position. But once again, Sheridan Gallagher coming through on that kick chase, putting pressure on Spain, and they get a repeat set here, Canberra Raiders.
So Dib looking for the short one. The chase was a decent one. Tamara has held on to it, remarkably so. Blackwell. Holyman with the stutter step. The Raiders are feeling it here. Newcastle have led since the 3rd minute of this game. Tamara, oh, again, the no-look pass to Preston. Couldn't break the Knights. Tamara, Taufa. Newcastle with numbers there. Hold up Samaima Taufa just short of the line. Tamara looking for the crash play again. Have they got it there, the Raiders? They have come from the clouds in this second half, and it's Holyman who puts them in front for the first time.
Well, the Canberra Raiders, the first half, they couldn't quite execute off their opportunities. They do in this second half, and they've got themselves in front. We're going to see here this Harvey Norman replay. Canberra Raiders, it was Samaima Taufa that set up that originally play. You see in the Harvey Norman replay, and she gets up, plays that football. She's attracted 3 or 4 defenders in there. And then it's just a nice pass from Shantae Tamara. The front on view will show it perfectly. It was a cutout pass to another front rower in Holyman, and she does the rest. But the pass from the ground cuts out a player. There was a heap of space under the post there, and that was due to that first run from Samaima Taufa. She attracted defenders. She nearly got over herself. Gets up and plays the ball, and it was just really smart work from Shantae at dummy half to find her front rower in Hollyman.
Well, it was they who gave up a 16-point lead against the Cowboys a couple of weeks ago. That was the equal biggest comeback in NRLW history. Well, today they've come from 14-4 down in their second half. And this should be a 4-point lead here for the Raiders. Tamara converts. Well, now the question, it's over to you, Newcastle, to see if they can fight back.
It was the build-up play for the Raiders too. They got that repeat set. As we see on this replay here, it was just great dummy half work. Hollyman still had a lot of work to do. She hit the ball and spun. She spun out of it and they couldn't hold on to her, the Newcastle Knights. But they were building and getting these opportunities, and they were taking the opportunities obviously off their repeat sets.
So look at that, the live ladder. Raiders would go up to fourth with the win here. Div with a short one, it spins away, it's knocked on by the Raiders. Newcastle have come up with it. Is there another twist in this one? The captain, Romanak. Don't forget, Sunday Ticket is up next. Newcastle up against the Gold Coast. But right now we've got a grandstand finish in the NRLW. Higgins across to Roach. Dummies. Oh, what a pass! Willison! And Newcastle respond immediately.
Have they what, Ben? And it was from the kickoff. Newcastle Knights, little short kickoff, regather the footballs. Here we go, Kira Dibb. Samaima Taufa couldn't get her hands to it. Livia Higgins gets the footy, and then they went to town. And they just went to that left edge. Roach gets the football. She drops Kirkpatrick under and just hits Wilson on a great little short ball. The Harvey Norman replay is going to show it perfectly. They're all going outwards. They thought the ball was going out the back to Lucy Spain, and they just hit the centre in Willison, and she runs a great line as that lead runner. Willison gets the Newcastle Knights back on the board, and Sheridan Gallagher still had an opportunity there. Willison still had a little bit of work to get over the top of Gallagher, but wow, it all started from that short kickoff, Ben. Kira Dibb putting them back in a position for an opportunity.
Well, what a play. What a play and what a ball from Roach. And now Dibb. How about the pressure on this conversion attempt into the teeth of the breeze to put Newcastle back in front. She hasn't taken too much time, and she's put it across the face. No goal, 18-all with just over 5 to play. Could we be on our way to Golden Point for the first time this season?
Well, it's looking that way. It's going end to end, set for set. Smart play from half of the Newcastle Knights to get them the football back, and then Georgia Roach, great vision, set it up really well on that left edge. But here we go, Ben.
What a game. What a game. We said this could be a match that comes down to a field goal at the end. And it's shaping up that way.
Stay outside, just once.
18 apiece. Pressure in both coaches' boxes. It's 6th versus 7th in the NRLW. These two competition points are worth more than most.
Down. Set up now. Lock
Will
him
the
up,
Raiders
it's
stay in
wide.
the 6?
Go one.
Or will Newcastle
Watch out, you're coming up.
leapfrog them?
Set up now, two. Clear
This
the
is
ball.
Karpani.
Hold. Go two.
Higgins and Pasikala trying to add some punch here for Newcastle. Oh, they've got that energy boost after scoring points.
Go three.
Higgins goes out of dummy half. Still going Higgins. Romanak, has she thrown it to Blackwell?
She was looking to get that football off, Ben, and she's 100% gone to throw it and then brought it back in. And unfortunately, jeez, I'd love to get a shot of Peter Jeffries in a coaching box. She was trying to get that offload and get the football out the back, and Romnak now gifted an opportunity here for the Canberra Raiders. The clock ticking down, 4 minutes. You know, Sahara Temera, she can kick field goals, so will they look at that opportunity early?
Sahara Temera, she's kicked a couple in Golden Point to win matches for the Raiders in the past. 3 field goals in her career. Georgia Roach has got a couple for Newcastle. 4 minutes to play at McDonald Jones Stadium. Blackwell onto Preston, who gets stopped in her tracks. Holyman confronted there by Higgins. Also Sienna Yo in there. Kirkpatrick, I should say. Here is Romanak. So final play. Temera is in the pocket here. Temera is in position. The Knights are out. Temera. She's done it again. For the 4th time in her career, she kicks a field goal. And will it be enough to win the match for the Raiders?
Well, just Sahara Temera, I had a feeling she was going to set up for that play. She's such a great player. She's been around and experienced. She took that opportunity early. I think it's a great, smart play. Bring the pressure back down on the Newcastle Knights. They set it up really well then, Ben, the Canberra Raiders. 3 minutes 26 left on this clock. What will the Newcastle Knights come up with?
Oh, look at Darren Borthwick in the box. Heart will be pumping.
They need to be disciplined, the Canberra Raiders. We've seen where they've had opportunities and got their nose in front and then given away or created an error. So they need to be really disciplined here in this next few sets.
Well, the Raiders have put Elise Simpson right in the middle. So Div. Oh, they're offside, the Knights. Well, that is an absolute killer blow for the Knights. The referee was awake to it.
That is poor from the Newcastle Knights. Love to see this on the replay. And
yep, there it is.
At least 2 players there in front. Lucy Spain and
Parker it was.
Yeah.
So Gallagher, it's a rank kick. Just gets to...
She's just adding to the excitement, isn't she, Sharon?
Wait here. Wait here.
What an enthralling match it's been here.
Thank you.
Knights and the Titans coming up next in the NRL here from Newcastle.
Let go now.
And we've got just under 3 minutes to go here. A match where Newcastle have led for the most part. Canberra got themselves in front. Newcastle responded. And then Temera with the field goal.
Oh, tackle 2. Lex, push up. Push up with the foot. Go 2.
A try here would surely go close to winning it for the Raiders. Holyman flung around.
Get up, get up. Wait here. Get up and play the ball. Go 3.
Temera inside pass to Taufa. Taufa.
Short. Let go now. Let go. Don't reach over. Don't reach over. Don't reach over. Wait. Wait. Go 4. Stop.
Blackwell this time steps off the right. They had some players out to that right edge. Mackenzie Wiki wants the ball sent right. It goes to the left instead. It's Temera's kick looking for the repeat set. Was it played at? Yes, it was. 6 more tackles for the Raiders. That's just what they wanted.
Wait here. Wait. Go 1.
Temera to Taufa. And they just want to lock it down here, the Canberra Raiders.
Go 2. That's fine.
And now popped up to Holyman. Holyman for a double. That should do it for the Raiders. A famous victory on the road here in Newcastle. And Sophie Holyman has got a career double, a rare career double for the Raiders.
Well, they just built that up really well, the Canberra Raiders. They got the repeat set. It came back off a little kick from Sahara Temera, and then her sister Shantae out of dummy half. She's been outstanding creating opportunities here in the Harvey Norman replay. She just gets out of dummy half, holds the football up. It's very oddly how she holds it up. Defenders coming at her, and then Holyman gets it, and she's just one-on-one. Lucy Spain, and then Simone Compani comes, but She's trying to grab her from behind, and you're never going to stop a try. Trying to tackle someone from behind coming across the line. It still hasn't been confirmed here yet, Ben, so not quite sure what they're looking at.
Is there just a little bit more drama to add? Look at this, Sophie Hollyman. Came into this game having scored just 5 times in her NRLW career. And she potentially has got 2 here today. Now, just waiting for confirmation.
You can set up.
Yep, she's saying she can set up, so that's a good sign, but still standing in front of Sahara, so... But Hollyman, she's had an outstanding season, Ben. She's come back really fit, and she's been really good for the Canberra Raiders through the middle.
Someone, thank you.
It's been confirmed. I was wondering what they were looking at. I couldn't see anything myself, but...
You wonder a point to prove after not being selected in the Origin side this year.
Yep, that would have given her, as I said, she's really, really fit. We always speaking about her a lot as we watch those games, but she's been outstanding for the Raiders.
So Tamara to put this one out of reach here. Converts, and it's 7 the difference. And as we said, Sophie Hollyman has played 7 Origins for Queensland. Didn't play this year, but she has been mighty for the Raiders through the middle.
Oh, okay, thank you.
And you've got to credit also her number 9 creating these opportunities to her. She runs great lines, Sophie Hollyman, but Shantae Tamara doing great work in that number 9 jersey for the Canberra Raiders, creating those opportunities.
Well, is this a win that sets up the Raiders for the finals for the first time? And Waterman has played at it. What is she doing there?
I'm not quite sure. That was not even close to coming across the 10 metres.
Needs to break the plane, of course. Waterman from a rugby background. Maybe he was just a little confused there.
Wait, no.
But Newcastle, they'll feel this is one that got away from them. Led 14-4. They got it back to 18 all.
Mark a square here.
And in the end, they're going to lose it by 7 at this stage. Higgins, now Pasikala.
I just felt, though, bending in the first half, that Canberra had let a few opportunities go and they couldn't execute, and they've come out and changed that around.
Higgins on to Parker, and blocked by Simpson. Simpson's off. This would be icing on the cake for the Raiders. But Spain with a try saver. But it will not stop the Raiders' celebrations, because they have made history in consecutive weeks.